Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. So, happy Friday, folks. Couple things on my mind this evening. A bit later in the show, you're going to see that I offered to make bail for Senator Marsha Blackburn just in case the Senate goes Pelosi and Chuck Schumer orders a mask mandate subject to arrest if you didn't follow it. Now, it hasn't happened yet, but you never know. Now, I'm convinced Madam Speaker Pelosi's secret sauce to defeat Republican free enterprise principles is just arrest all the Republican House members. It's a terrific plan, much better than cogent analysis, numerical facts. Just clean them out, lock them up. Now, folks, I'm just kidding. It's a joke, right? Is it? Well, we'll see. Huh? Next up, the infrastructure bill, which we'll talk about in just a moment with Steve Moore and Liz Peek. But I just want to raise a puzzling question. Can't figure out what the Environmental Justice Review is. It's in there. It's not a permitting review because outside of highways, there's no NEPA permitting reform. Justice review could probably mean anything you want it to mean. I mean, we're talking total regulation of every nook and cranny in the economy in the name of environmental justice. Now, there's no telling how much that's going to cost. I doubt the Democrats ever want to clearly define this thing. And by the way, while we're on the subject of the environment, it's worth reminding that U.S. carbon emissions have actually fallen 25% since 2005. By far the biggest drop of any major country. And we beat the Paris Climate Accord target by 5 years. Now, that, to me, is environmental justice. But I don't think that's what the Bidens have in mind. So I'm going to read to you from the White House summary of the infrastructure deal. It is revealing. Quote, "This helps us tackle the climate crisis, by making the largest investment in clean energy transmission, electric vehicle infrastructure in history, electrifying thousands of school and transit buses across the country, and creating a new grid development authority to build a clean 21st century electric grid." Now, reading that, there's no telling where one wants to go off the cliff, but my emphasis here is on the climate crisis. Because again, we beat the Paris Climate Accord, and I don't see this climate crisis. In fact, the only crisis I see, possibly the Democratic budget reconciliation plan coming down the road, which will tax and regulate everything to death. Now, that would be a crisis. Final thought tonight. There's a terrific article in a New York Times opinion piece by Atossa Abrahamian. It's called "There's No Good Reason You Should Have to Be a Citizen to Vote." Really. Ms. Abrahamian is a citizen of Switzerland, Canada, and Iran. Not yet in the U.S., though she has obtained permanent residency. Fine. Now, my response is, you've been here 15 years, so become a citizen so you can vote. What are you waiting for? My second response is, stop whining and stop playing the victim. If you don't like it here, then go to Switzerland or Canada or Iran or Havana or Venezuela. I don't care. We have sovereign borders in this country, as do most other countries. Now, can non-citizens vote in Iran? I rather doubt it. In fact, votes in Iran don't mean anything anyway. And this reminds me of democratic open border policies, which are letting in 1 million illegals this year, while at the same time, the Democratic High Command is violently opposed to photo voter IDs in order to vote. Do you think there's a link there? Might well be. But I'm not into global citizenship. And I'm always so tired of all this left-wing whining. Like I said, if you don't like it here, please feel free to leave. It's a free country. But then again, that's why you came here in the first place. Just stop whining about it. Now,